Hey everybody, here is Jeffrey Gebo. So this is the first video on my channel, and this is a channel where it's more like the idea behind this channel is I want to make this a diary channel when I just talk about certain things I have on my mind or certain things that I just want to discuss or talk about. Because yeah, I've been through a lot of things, and I have a lot of interest. I like a lot of things, but there's also personal things that some of you might not know about me, and I would like to discuss or talk about that too. I could technically make this some sort of a reaction channel as well, but the other that's not really what I wanted to make this of. But that is also an option. You can probably see the camera right now glitching a little bit. It's a Elgato camera. I've been thinking to get maybe a better one, because this one keeps like reacting too much to the light, and it's really frustrating. Plus, you can't really see some stuff that I have on my face because it's like deflecting it or like changing it or something. I don't know what it is, because I do have a little bit of hair here, as you can tell. You can't really see it, but anyway. Because of the camera, like I said, I can change it, but I don't want to. Anyway, so yeah, this channel is a diary channel when I just want to talk about stuff that's on my mind. And you can probably already tell that I like to jump from one topic to another in like 5 seconds, because that's just something that I tend to do a lot. I don't know why, that's just what I do. And the thing is that I just want to talk to you guys. Maybe you're not interested into my videos at all, and I might be talking into the void. And yeah, that might be annoying, but it is what it is, right? That's how YouTube is. YouTube doesn't really care about videos like this. That's just always how it has been. And I don't really mind so much about this because it's just for myself as well. So I have somebody to talk to. So if you want to know a little bit about me, I am 36 years old, and as you can tell, I have a bunch of stuff in the background because I like to collect things. I like to play video games. I like sports, as in like fighting styles, right? Like, I don't know, I'm not talking about kung fu, but I'm more talking about I've done kickboxing in the past. I'm not a really big guy or anything like that at all. I'm just interested into it. I like that a lot. And I've done it myself for about 2 years. So I did learn some techniques. And at that time, I also had lots of anger issues and stuff like that because of stuff that happened in my past, which might also be something that I can create videos of in the future. I don't want to talk about that right now, maybe later. So I love that too. I like to watch like fights and stuff like that though. I think that's really cool, especially how you can see like how people like how strong they are and what they can do, and how strong the human body can be. That's like something that I also find really interesting. When I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor, so I went through a few medical schools. I did about 3 schools or something like that. I would say 3. But I didn't finish them, unfortunately. So I did like work and a job next to each other, but that failed and because of other stuff. My school didn't go so well because of stuff happening here. So that eventually did not really happen in the way I wanted it to go, you know. And I did the other schools was pretty much the same problem, I would say. It's not that I'm crazy in that sense. It's just when you are intelligent, unfortunately, that's really true. If you're stupid, you don't really care so much what's happening around you, because they happen anyway, and you don't see anything that will happen surrounding you because you're like, I mean, who cares, right? Because you're dumb. You don't care about anything. But where you're quite intelligent, or where you have some intelligence, you're starting to see patterns. You start to see things that other people don't, and it will make you think about things. It will make you go like a motorcycle, right? It just goes like a machine, and that was something that I always used to have. I used to think about this and that, and what this person feels about me, what that person feels about me, and what this person likes and what that person likes about me, or maybe this person hates me. And at that time, like when I was a teenager, I was really bothered by that, and combine that with my past as well, was ultimately really a let's say a bad experience. But at the same time, it also explained to me why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, I guess. I would say. I love people though, right? I like talking to people. I think people are cool, right? Doesn't really matter where they're from. I don't really care so much about any of that. Somebody's background in that sense. I'm more interested into well, I will tell you what I feel about things, and that might insult some people, or that might um, give some kind of hatred or something, I would say. But I don't dislike people or something like that, unless they are like the usual crazies, if you know what I mean, which is just logical. Then I would, which makes perfect sense. You probably know what I mean. Um, but when it comes down to like um, just things in general, I used to be really like I thought it was really important what people thought about me when I was younger, and I managed to kind of get rid of that mentality. I'm more focused on myself these days, and like I said, when I went through some things in the past, I try to go over lots of problems that I used to have, and I try to like um, how do I say this? I try to like learn things as I go, and do things that you shouldn't be doing, and then learn from those mistakes, right? From those things. That's what I'm trying to say. For example, just a tiny thing. I used to eat lots of salt, and salt is just really bad for you. It's great on your food, but if you eat too much, it's just not good. And everything that you do too much is not good, of course. So I quit all of that. I barely eat any salt at all, except that's just in your normal foods, right? But that's normal. But additions to it, I don't do that anymore. And that's the things I'm talking about when it comes down to mistakes. But it's also like I used to have like a big giant Red Bull addiction for many years, I would say. At least I think so. I used to drink like 9 Red Bulls a day, which is crazy, right? And it started with the normal ones, and then there's like this yellow can called Tropical. That's when I used to drink after that, because they're crazy. But my when I drink these things, caffeine especially, or I don't know what it is, I turn into a completely different person. I turn into, I get more aggressive, though. I do get more aggressive, I gotta say. Not that I'm gonna just beat you or something like that. I just get more hyper and aggressive. I start to talk a lot more, and I just say everything that's on my mind. I just spit it out. It just comes out. I don't care who's standing in front of me. It just comes out, and that's not always good, of course. I like singing too. So when I drink lots of Red Bulls, I just start singing. I don't know why. Something that I do. So I love that too. And yeah, like in my video games, right? When I play video games, I like to play. Well, as you look behind me, I have a lot of taste in when it comes down to video games. I like a lot of things, and that can be anything, right? Games from Capcom, Resident Evil, Mega Man, that stuff. The Ninja Turtles. You can probably see the Shredder toy over there. So I like the Ninja Turtles a lot. I have a lot of Ninja Turtle action figures, a lot, but they're not all of them here in my room. I've got a container that's like filled with action figures, and stuff like that. I like cards. So back in the day when I was like 10 years old, I used to collect Pokemon cards, and but I stopped doing that because I don't really like Pokemon that much anymore. I used to, like when I was like 13 or something. But my love for Yu-Gi-Oh has never changed. I like Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, and I still like to collect cards of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just something that I really enjoy, even though a lot of people don't like the game so much anymore because of all the hand traps and all that stuff. I don't really care so much about that. I'm more of an old player, okay? I go back to the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! Back when you only had the Pegasus deck, Yugi deck, the Joey deck. That's pretty much it, right? That's how far I go back to. So I love that stuff. So I have some cards over there in my closet. But it's not that I have like thousands and ten thousands of dollars or euros spent on that stuff. I'm probably about 3,000, maybe 2,000 or something, which is not a lot. Because there's also many YouTubers out there that just collect 10,000, like a can of like 10,000 euros or dollars. It's just one can, and they open it up and they get nothing. Like that's stuff I don't do. But yeah, anyway, I go off again. I like card games a lot. So RPGs, obviously. I think everybody loves Japanese RPGs, JRPGs, I would say. I think everybody does, but it's limited, right? Some people don't like most of them, or just a few of them. For example, Final Fantasy is loved by most people, or Dragon Quest. But then you got like these very rare games that nobody knows of, like Wild Arms or something like that, of Legend of Legaia or anything like that. That's the stuff I like too. So I like Japanese RPGs that nobody has played, or I like the most famous ones as well. So that's something I like. I don't like sports games, even though I have a bunch of sports games, but I don't like them so much. I like Resident Evil a lot. I used to be a big fan of Resident Evil until they went into the whole back camera thing. Never liked that at all. I played Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and I touched 6 for like 5 seconds, but I never really played it that much, so I don't know much about Resident Evil 6. And 7 and 8 I never touched because I just didn't like the style and stuff. It wasn't really my thing. But when it comes down to 1, 2, 3, 4... Well, 4 also had that stuff, but 4 was like the game that I wanted to play. And I did the whole thing, also on the most hardest difficulty back then. But after that, I was like done with the whole backstory. And Resident Evil 5, I played that with Chris and What's-Her-Face. Played that as well. But that game was okay, but I played that with... first I played it all the way alone, and then I played it with a friend in co-op. So that was fun too, with my best friend. So I played that too. And then you've got, of course, Survivor, Resident Evil Survivor, which a lot of people don't like. I like the game. It's a nostalgic game for me, so I like it. It's very short, but it's still fun. And the voices are really funny, kind of like that House of the Dead game, where the voices are really... House of the Dead 2, right? Where the game was really bad. Like, the voices were really awful. I like fighting games. So my favorite fighting game is Tekken. Even though Tekken is not really going so well right now, but I do like Tekken a lot. And my main characters that I like to play with is Xiao Yu, Lars, obviously, because Lars is really cool. At least I think it's shocking, right, that he's cool. I like, let's see, Xiao Yu. I used to like Brian Fury, but he unfortunately changed him a little bit, in my opinion, over time, and I didn't like him so much anymore to play with him. But he was my first favorite character before I went to the other ones. But my favorite character ever is Bob. But fortunately, he's not in Tekken 8, so I kind of quit playing Tekken 8, to be fair. Because that's my main. I'm really good with him. And I'm talking about really, really good. I always get confused how people talk always about with fighting games. That like, oh, press 1 F forward, 2 2 3 3. I always get confused by that. For me, it's always just left, right, up and down, you know. But yeah, so... The reason why I'm gonna talk about something else real quick. The reason why I wanted to make this video or this channel, whatever, like I said before, is that I wanted to make what's on my mind, or just feelings and whatever. And there's a lot of stuff on my mind, and things I want to share with you guys. So that's why I'm making this video and this channel, and I hope you're gonna enjoy this channel like I do when I just talk about random stuff. And I like to talk about most topics. I don't really care about some topics though. But we'll see. We'll see what will come up. I don't know yet what exactly what I'm going to talk about. Maybe like games, right? Maybe small reviews, what I think about certain games or something like that. That could be an option, or whatever. I could particularly edit the videos and make them all funny and all that stuff, but I don't really care so much about that, because then I feel like the honesties would be lost. If I just make videos and I talk to you guys this way, and then all of a sudden I edited everything, I feel like then the moment that we have right now, that we have right here, in my feeling, would be lost. So that's why I don't want to do it that way. But I will cut out things that I'm not happy with or something. That's part I will cut out though. Or like noises in the background or stuff like that. That's just annoying, and I will probably just cut that out. So that's what I want to do. So yeah, my last year for me was not all that good. I had my sister, she became very ill. That at least that we heard last year, and she's okay now. But last year that was really a shock for me. And then I had my dog that passed away as well. So that was really awful. I'm also single. I don't have a girlfriend or anything. Even though it's not super hard to get a girlfriend though. That might sound crazy to you if I say something like that. But it's true. It's not super hard. You're just gonna find her, I would say. That's what you have to do. But at the same time, it's that I had many relationships. A lot, actually. Like a lot. It's crazy how many I had, actually, for somebody like me. But it is true. But they were always very short, and it never really felt like they were serious from their side. It was always serious from my side, because I don't know. I just when I start a relationship, I want to do my best and make the most out of it. And usually that was never the case from their side. I always felt like I was like a dog on a leash, or I felt like I was just there to be there, and that's it. And that is something I might make other videos about. Maybe some stories I can share with you guys or something. I don't know. So that's something I could probably talk with you guys too. So and I've been alone now for about 11 years. So I'm 36 and I've been alone for 11 years, which is a long time. But when you are going through a lot of things, you don't really care so much about that anymore. Like, you only care about yourself. You only care about growing up, if you know what I mean. Like, work on yourself. So because of that, the past 5 years, I've been really working on myself when it comes down to my health. Because a few years ago, it didn't really go so well with me. It went really badly. And I'll talk about that in another video, I would say. But that's something I was working on. I still do. And that is something I'm going to practice, like I'm going to work more on. Because for example, I don't really move that much anymore. I used to. I'll do that. I'll do it in another video. I won't do that now. But yeah, that's something important. Let's see. What else? What else can we talk about? Like I said, I've done sports, right? I've already said that to you guys. And a bit about my past and stuff like that. And yeah, I think like maybe we should just start here. I would say maybe this is where I should start the video. So I'm not gonna do like crazy edits stuff at the end of the video, whatever. I'm just gonna make it the way how it is now and just talk to you guys. And if we have any topics or whatever that we can discuss, just let me know in the comments and we can do that. And yeah, that's all I have for right now, because like I said, there are certain things I want to talk about, but maybe in a different video. So anyway, I'm gonna leave now. Thank you, and bye.